this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend D.G. Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Phil Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Capes and Lunatics presents that titan of talking, that sultan of speechifying, commander conversation himself, the third best Southgate. The third best Southgate, because we only know three, Rob Master Doom Southgate.
Wow, what a
Professor Doom, get it right.
Yes, I'm Professor
It's the battle
Doom.
of the professors today, Phil. Come on.
I was a master, now I'm a professor.
Oh.
No, actually, Charlie's the professor. I'm still the master.
I went to evil.
Yeah.
Went to evil
Yeah,
school.
as I said, yeah, I mean, the master is the professor just means you talk, as I say. You know, I profess, and therefore I am a professor. You actually had someone give you a piece of paper that said you are a master of something.
That's not what.
I've never had.
That's not what we call a master.
I'm just saying that's the thing. That's the differentiate. That's why honestly that guy in Latveria, he's not a doctor. He never got his doctorate.
That's what I'm saying. You just got to go back to school and be the real Dr. Doom. That's all.
He should, you know.
That's not going to happen.
No.
I'm gonna tell Maeve, and it's gonna happen.
No.
I'm gonna be like, come on, do it for the lulz.
But she's going back to school, so she'll be the master or another master. What would we call her?
Mistress?
Master of all?
No. Mastress of Doom?
Yeah.
Well, I
We
mean,
just spent the last weekend with Jack from the Nuff Said podcast. Jack, who was one that roped Charlie in the beginning. He was so amazed by him. He is now Dr. Farts. He got his doctorate.
Oh
good for
my!
him.
Yeah. Yes, for moving air through a trumpet.
Yes. Well, you know, if
Nothing could be cooler, bro. Nothing could be cooler.
you know what, if I could move air through a trumpet, maybe I'd be a doctor too. But I am not.
You know what? We met you and your wife. Your wife said you do move air through a trumpet, but it's a butt trumpet. Thank you.
Well, okay.
And beans are fruit, apparently.
Magical fruit. Yes. Anyway, moving right along.
Anyway, welcome to Charlie's show.
I don't know.
I'm on there a couple times a day. All right.
About what you said earlier, Phil, when you said it is the third best Southgate, and you don't know the other Southgates. Sadly, I think I do fall down in the order.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, his parents are the coolest.
My dad was an avant-garde jazz musician. I mean, right there, It's like, damn. Now, my mom was a first and second grade teacher. I think that I can take
Well,
her.
she's a hero, first of all.
I think I can take her. At least in a wrestling match. Once they hit 79, that's my wheelhouse. That's my weight class. I can take you. 78?
Yeah. I don't know,
There's different
man.
classes for coolness. There's the Phil class, then there's the 78-year-olds, and then there's... Never mind.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I would not want to go up against Jack LaLanne at 78. That's all I'm saying. And I got the weight advantage on him, too. And
Jack LaLanne!
I was just going to say, Charlie, you'd be hard-pressed to find somebody to go up against who knows who Jack LaLanne is.
I do, because I was a 90s kid who was always sick, and I stayed at home and watched infomercials. That's literally the only reason.
Were you like that?
Pulled boats, man, with his teeth. He was
Boy, he's got some tough teeth. Lilith, were you that kid in The Secret Garden? You were always in that little push cart, like, oh, my legs don't work. I can't go.
Take me to the sea for some air, mother.
I'm not.
I heard you just don't want to go to the gym class, so you were faking cramps every week.
Oh, no.
No.
I had a female gym teacher. She said exercise is good for cramps. Could never pull that.
Yeah.
I had that same teacher. Oh, no, that was Porky's.
One or two.
Definitely one. Actually, I thought those movies sucked. You guys have seen those movies, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
don't know.
thought one was okay for what it was.
Pilot.
Yeah, well, hey, it was an 80s sex comedy set in the 50s. What do you want for nothing?
Okay, so I was firmly in high school, which was there were two demographics they were going for. They were going for what are now called the boomers, like, oh, nostalgia, and look, it's a sex comedy for you. And then it was like high school boys going, oh, look, boobies. Even at that, I was like, it wasn't.
I think you just summed up every single movie ever made.
Oh!
In one form or another.
Yeah, I was going to say, my left foot really targeted that teenage boy.
Well, I will say that this, trying to get us sort of on topic, there is no underwear in space. So,
Charlie, have you met Rob? We don't actually do the topics we throw out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I watched that I watched extra episodes of Obi-Wan for nothing. Good to know.
We are going to talk about Obi-Wan. Let's talk about Obi-Wan first. Let's
yes,
start there.
let's.
Okay.
So, actually, no, first,
We'll get to
before we do that, we should probably talk about what the show is. So, for anybody watching, this is episode 1, and we really don't know what this show is about. I'm kind of making it up on the fly.
So we're not going all the way to 3? Okay.
No, eventually there'll be 1.2, 1.3. You know how I work, Charlie.
Okay.
But the reason for this is because Maeve is tired of me talking geek stuff, and I don't have other shows to do that on. Although when Scott and Lil show up on here eventually, they're going to dispute that and say, we still have This Week in Geek. But you know what, we never have time. And this just happens to be a really good time, a time where I'm like down here for an hour, usually just futzing around on the internet playing with websites. Oh my God, I had to learn WordPress.
I'm so sorry, Rob. F in the chat for Rob, guys. WordPress is a monster.
Yeah, well, I'm still learning, but I've built some really good sites, and
well, that's your moneymaker right there. You can just stop once you learn WordPress and start making websites for other people, especially once you learn the plugins really well and stuff.
That's what I'm working on. Well, but you know what? I'll tell you what it's motivated by. It's motivated by the business that I have, the podcast Profs, and then Southgate Small Business, which is consulting for creatives, which seems to be the one that's the moneymaker. It's fantastic. But with the website stuff, with the podcast stuff, every podcast site I go to pretty much sucks, including ours. And I have labored over this since we started. Like, I keep changing it, and I was using Squarespace, which is not the right platform for this. That's why I switched over to WordPress. I'm like, okay, I can manipulate things, I can change things. And I went and I've been watching marketing firms that are saying, what are the best podcast websites out there? And then I went through them and I boiled it down to about 5. And the rest of them really were hot garbage. And those 5 I thought were lukewarm garbage. There were a couple that were pretty good, but nothing that I was like, that's how it works. So
it's a shame you are doing WordPress though and not Squarespace, because I don't believe WordPress does affiliate links. So you know.
They don't. Well, I still have Squarespace for SMG Pods, or no, actually for SouthgateMediaGroup.com. There's a second site called SMG Pods. If you guys knew how many domain names I have and how many things I have planned to be throwing up right now.
Not really. We know you, Rob. At least I do. There's always like 50 things in the air, and then you got the little the drum toe kick down there doing something too. So.
Oh yeah. And then we get to Maeve and Molly. Yeah, that was what motivated it. And I still have the Squarespace with the affiliate link stuff, but in reality, I wanted to be able to make a site that was good, that was easy to work, that fit modern design, that would be operational for podcasters. And I think I've come up with at least something that I can manipulate for people. So yeah, Lilith, you are right. It's a bear, but I think in the end, I'm going to have something cool. I'm not like making a new theme. I'm just taking a theme, adjusting it, but building all the elements in so that it
and don't forget to leave room for merch. That
Always
is the thing.
Leave
that
room
is
for merch. Yes. No.
And that is the best. That is the best site for e-commerce. I will give you that.
Let's go back even further to way back when SMG first started, and the lovely and talented Lilith joined the fray. One of the first things she said to me was, "We got to get blogs on these shows." And then she realized we had 125 people that won't write blogs.
I was one of them.
Yeah, Charlie, here's 3 blog posts. Hey, Charlie, you should make a podcast out of that with the blog. Oh, great. What blog?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it worked.
A B-log?
But Lilith, you were 100% right. Blogs are where it's at for all that SEO, for drawing all the traffic, and get ready for another explosion with that. Oh, and here's a spoiler. We went into business here for a second. We're going to get out of this in a second.
No, this is my favorite part. I love when we talk business. Rob, screw these other 2 guys.
I like the business.
Money nerd, the best nerd.
I have started a redesign for smgpods.com, which is the one. It was just a name you could go to and go right to the Southgate Media Group page. But
So basically like a landing page?
Yep. I've started a WordPress page for the network, which is where it's all going to change. And every show is going to have this new design, and things can live there as opposed to like, we got to pull everything from Libsyn or wherever it's living. It's all going to live there. And then eventually that will be a platform that I'll use for Chicago Podcasters Unite and make almost like a podcast radio station for the Chicago podcasters.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Not that you guys need that. You guys dominate the market because you dominate the radio market. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
It's just a thing.
That's
another dream.
A Chicago thing.
Is WordPress paying us? Is WordPress paying us for all this free? Okay, well, let's get on that. Someone who does things, do things.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm sure WordPress will be happy to jump on that. Elminator might do it. I use Elminator, and I talk about Elminator all the time.
They do actually have affiliate links.
Aha!
And
if you start making plugins, I highly suggest you use Creative Market.
Creative Market.
If you ever get into that.
Yes, if you would like your name mentioned, Rob will take your filthy money. So get in contact.
Yes. I mean, that.
It's all about affiliate links. People say affiliate market is dying. That's a lie. That's just on Instagram.
And I have an affiliate link for Libsyn now too.
Oh, nice!
Which is awesome. Yes.
About damn time, honestly.
Yeah.
no tea, no shade.
No, I'm just saying. We were discussing Squarespace. Squarespace. You know why they're big? Because they spend money to people. They give people money to say, go to Squarespace. It's an inferior product.
And then you realize their website really isn't made with Squarespace. I'm not talking about any YouTubers.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Well, exactly, because nobody cares.
It's not made for podcasters. That's the problem. If you're a podcaster, don't use Squarespace. You need the money. It's not very functional.
But they push it out there because they have the money to push. I
would go with Wix before I went with Squarespace. I'm just saying, for me personally.
WordPress should understand that they need to spend some money.
No. Everybody knows WordPress. They literally are the elite. They don't need to spend money.
They don't need to spend a dime.
Everybody knows WordPress. Everybody wants to learn WordPress, but it's just a bear.
I know, but the fact of the matter is that here's what I'm telling you. People are lazy. People are going to do the bad thing first. Wouldn't it be better for... I'm doing the sales pitch here, okay? So WordPress, let me tell you.
That's an interesting artistic choice.
You need to tell people you're good. Otherwise, they're going to do the bad. And then they might not want to spend money once they do the bad.
WordPress is money off the top. That is why people tend to not go to WordPress. Because even the free level is... Charlie, you're on. This isn't Patreon, Ray. Sorry.
Yeah. This is the.
We don't do that for free here.
They have to pay for that, Ray. Why is Charlie wearing his shirt?
What?
Hey, Ray! Wow.
No, I only get naked for Patreon, and
he only gets naked for the money and if it's intrinsic to the plot. Thank you, Ray.
So I want to talk to Ray for a second. Ray. I watched Moon Knight. I watched the whole series. It's one of the only whole series I've watched in a while.
Ray, if you're free, you can jump on.
That wasn't with Maeve, because Maeve doesn't really like the superhero stuff, so we never really watched.
She's like, finally, I'm free!
Yeah, so I'm not making her watch that stuff. I am going to have her watch some of Moon Knight, though, because the DID stuff in it is so great, and she's going to really dig, especially in the second to last episode when he's talking to his altar in the desert, and he's like, I can't live without you. That was like just an astounding scene. astounding. So I'm going to get her to watch that. But Ray, I thought it was an awesome show. I really enjoyed it. And hey, I got a question. Are they doing a second season? I know that they had said they weren't, but then I had also heard they were. And since I don't get updates from Enough Said because Charlie doesn't do Jack,
wow,
does he? I haven't seen anything. Yes, Oscar Isaac is amazing. Answer my question, Ray.
We're thinking that there is going to be a season 2, but it's going to be set in America, basically.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
they
down
got to
with
come
that.
back to
Nothing confirmed.
Yeah,
Actually,
well, I thought it was
they're probably
fantastic.
going to come to Chicago because there are Chicago superheroes, and that's the idea now. It's like, oh, let's go where there aren't. Like, we can't go to New York. That's where all the superheroes are. Because literally, Netflix has just flooded that city with superheroes.
Right, like
who are
everywhere
all
they turn,
canon
there's
now.
another one. They should do like a series where it's more like Marvels, where your characters are street level, but every time they look up, somebody's flying by. There's a giant foot coming down. There's and then they're like, finally somebody's like, maybe
We gotta get out of here.
like, I got to go to Chicago. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
What about the West Coast?
Well, you can't really even go to Chicago because Great Lake Avengers, but we won't go there. We won't go there.
Oh man, that was like the thing that, like the new crossover, the Reckoning War. That was the one thing that really made me mad. They beat Squirrel Girl.
She's unbeatable. Everybody knows
I understand that, and she's not even with the Great Lake Avengers
in the title.
anymore. It was, quite frankly, a very poor bit of
Had to push this button, didn't you?
nerdery. Yeah, she's at ESU. If you've listened to her recent podcast, which is also out there on Stitcher, it's actually very enjoyable.
Is she paying us money?
No, she's not paying us money. So, as far as I know, no one pays us money. I don't know.
We have 3 patrons. Thank you very much.
One of them is in the chat.
You better be the 4th.
We appreciate it all. But my point is like, don't
There's a point.
go unbeatable Squirrel Girl just to have Cricket's. I think his name was Cricket. I don't even know if he's in the.
Wasn't he on American Horror Story?
No, Rob, no. Shh.
I love Cricket.
Well, there was a guy named Termite. They called Jiminy Cricket on The Boys recently, and that's a whole other story.
That's a whole other bag of hammers.
Yeah, actually, that's my other topic. So that's one of my other topics.
Yay!
First of all, Kenobi. Everybody see it?
Yes.
Okay, I watched the first 2 episodes. I want to hear what you guys think of the first 2 episodes.
I liked
I
it.
love them.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay.
Look, listen, I'm an original, even though technically the prequels are my Star Wars, original trilogy only. As far as I'm concerned, nothing but that in the books matter to me. So
Okay.
I mean,
but I love Space Jesus, aka Ewan McGregor, who's just a perfect human being. So I'm just here. I'm just here
So
for
far.
support.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I love
always
Reva.
here for
I'll be
Ewan McGregor.
controversial. I love Reva. Star Wars fandom is trash for the most part. So
It is.
It
You
is
know
what it
Reva,
is.
Reva's amazing on that show.
That's what I said. What do they
and
want?
I have to say, you guys are kind of like, I like it. I loved it. And I was really into it. I mean, I know that it's playing with tropes. I know that it's like, okay, we know where
Did you mean
some of
being
this stuff is
Star
going.
Wars?
Yeah, right. Exactly. But that's just it. This feels to me more like Star Wars. And it feels like Star Wars, but Lilith, you hit on it. It feels like Star Wars from the books. It really does. Like, I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, I'm kind of getting that same vibe that I did, like, back when I read, like, Champions of the Force and something like that series. Remember the one with that Timothy Zahn wrote? Was it Timothy Zahn wrote that one?
I don't think so.
What's the one that he wrote that was so phenomenal? The trilogy. I mean, not Thrawn. Those are phenomenal, too. The one where I think Champions of the Force was the 3rd book, maybe. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Just to
It felt like that to me.
bring it back. One of the things that I think that the studios are doing now is going back to the books, and what
You mean Disney? Yeah. Well, Disney's looking
Disney
at
and
the EU.
Paramount.
Well,
Yeah, they're trying to codify the EU. They
Well,
know it exists.
Specifically, Paramount. I'm not trying to be controversial, but I'm saying I know for a fact there was a fanfic where Spock and Kirk switched bodies. I know for a freaking fact. Strange New Worlds. So I hope that fan writer got their money. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm just saying, yeah, it's great. And they are bringing that in because they've said, well, this is what everyone likes. This is what's sold. So, of course, we're going to incorporate it.
Well,
we like money. We are capitalists. I don't know if people didn't see that on at the top of the screen. We are capitalists and we like the money. So if you spent money to buy a freaking book, who reads books except for Lilith because she's got all those behind her? You know,
just like in real life.
Exactly.
There's my little shelf that's next to me.
Yes, I you know,
those are my other shelves over there.
Look at him comparing shelves.
Yeah, I got no shelf.
What's this, a shelf measuring contest?
I don't have a shelf.
I
don't have a shelf. I'm unbeatable Charlie Esser.
I have no shelf.
I have a chin.
I have multiple chins. I am Jabba the Hutt. Yeah, that's a problem for me. I'm working on. Anyway, getting back to this story.
Oh, but Rob, did you watch Strange New Worlds yet?
Of course I did. I only watched the first half of the first episode. Welcome to the theme of this show. I watch half an episode of
half-assing it with Rob Southgate.
Yeah. Actually, that's the show that I got Maeve to watch with me, and that's why we only watched half an episode. We got too distracted. We had to stop. But she will watch Star Trek.
Distracted, you say?
Not like that. Okay.
Rob saw something shiny in the corner. What's that? Ooh, what's that?
No,
relatable, Phil.
We had to bug out and go to Tennessee is what it was. Because Jack's mom died.
Yeah.
We went down and saw Jack. See, I brought you guys down. See how I play with your emotions? That was when we were watching that, and we found out that. It's like just everything got really distracted. Jack's doing great, and it was great. We got to spend the weekend with him. We did not talk any Star Trek, but we did talk a little bit of Marvel. I think he still thinks Halle Berry's Catwoman is part of the Marvel universe. I do believe he thinks that. Yes. But we did watch half of Strange New World, and I gotta say that show is fantastic. But see, here's the thing. I get really tired of all the haters out there on this stuff. I watched Discovery. I watched the first few episodes of Discovery. I thought they were great. I heard that it falls off. Okay. I don't know if I buy that. Just like with Obi-Wan, first two episodes, people were like, it's amazing. And all of a sudden people are like, and I'm going, wait a minute. I watched 2 episodes. I thought they were great. I want to see how this thing plays out. If nothing else, it's not going to be this big, terrible, flaming turd that everybody keeps saying about everything that comes out. If it's Star Wars, they do that. If it's Star Trek, they do that. Stranger Things, nobody talks about how Stranger Things Season 3 was not good. They're all like, oh,
have you been on YouTube, babes?
I don't know. But Stranger Things Season 4, we watched the first
episode.
It was
absolute garbage, Season 3. But Season 4 is bringing it back up. But like Mike and 11, go take your love somewhere else. You're being rude to your friends.
It turned into a CW show is what it turned into.
Thank you. I didn't want to be the one to say it, but thank you.
Never go full CW.
Yeah, please, never.
And it did. And they're also promoting Millie Bobby Brown like she's this great actress. Spoiler, she's not. The one who plays Sam is
Go ahead, Rob. Share your thoughts on Millie Bobby Brown.
Sam is a better actress.
I'll give you that.
She is fantastic, and in that first episode, she even had a couple of emotional moments. I was like, "Oh man, I buy it." She knows how to deliver lines. She's awesome. Millie Bobby Brown, I loved her in the first season because I liked the character. I think that's what this love for Millie Bobby Brown is about, is the love of 11 in the first season. Yeah, that's a shot of her from Godzilla, right? Yeah. She might have wanted to skip that, and maybe...
Everybody might have wanted to skip that!
Yeah. I don't know. This isn't a personal attack. Anybody can... I'm glad she's getting work or whatever. And I'm not like, oh, she's hot trash. I can't ever watch anything with her. But she's not this like second coming of acting. I think Finn Wolfhard carries that show on his back. I think that Sam carries that show on her back. Hopper,
obviously.
Oh my God! You know,
the Red Guardian.
And in season 3, they effed up Hopper's character,
and that's where we went.
Yep,
literally, it was just like
ruined him.
And
they ruined the real hero of that show.
Speaking of topics, Vivian Lyra Blair is a good actress, I think.
Okay, who's that? In 1940, Vivian Lyra Blair was in Okay, who is she?
She's who plays Little Leia Organa.
You know what? She is.
Listen, nobody will be ever as good as a child actor as Drew Barrymore. That's the hill I'll die on, and it's fine.
I'm not saying she's better than Drew Barrymore. I'm just saying she's like, oh, I hope this one doesn't die of drugs and have a horrible backstory.
Well,
kids child actors today are perfectly fine because all the other child actors came before them sacrificed, especially that one kid where that law was made where his mom literally spent all his millions and said he was promised nothing.
You mean Coogan? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why we have the Jackie Coogan laws.
There's a bunch of them.
Well, they worked for Corey Feldman.
Well, that's because there should have been a no Charlie Sheen. No Charlie Sheen left alone on the set. He's giving very much Joss Whedon vibes. Don't leave the kids alone with Charlie Sheen on set, guys.
Ooh,
yeah.
Allegedly, but believably.
Yeah, you know.
I just love how
that's a whole other bag of hammers when you talk about child safety on a set. But
that's why Emilio is the best Estevez.
Yes, correct. You would be correct.
Oh yeah,
he takes care of his kids now, so yeah.
Well, I mean, you haven't heard anything weird about Mighty Ducks. Hey, you want to hear a Mighty Ducks thing? So my friend, I've never actually seen the Mighty Ducks. I know what it is. But
not even the cartoon?
It's not in my wheelhouse. No.
That's a completely different...
I know, I'm just saying. It's still part of the property.
Yeah, it means
They
nothing.
bought a team for it. I mean, literally, it's glorious.
I know that it's real popular. It's just, it was not...
You were too old. We get it.
Oh!
Molly was never into it. We don't care about this, and it's sports.
It's sports!
Okay, they're going to go back and forth on the ice, and at the end, somebody's going to put a puck in a net. Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I need that as a drop, Phil.
So
that's what makes it good.
Yeah, sure it is. So anyway, my friend, I feel like my mom now. I'm going to talk about more people that died. We should make our theme song. These are people that died. So I had a friend named Rob, not my doppelganger, who I worked with a million years ago, and he died. He has a wife, Cindy, and son, Riley. And we haven't seen them. I haven't seen them in at least 10 years. And we love them. They're awesome. Well, Cindy is getting remarried to a guy named Gary. And we were just in Minneapolis. One of the only trips we've taken this year that wasn't for a funeral. Unbelievable. And we got to meet Gary. And Gary's awesome. Rob would have loved Gary. And I'm not George Costanza. Rob would have loved Gary. Rob likes his pretzel spicy.
Yes, he gets it!
Fantastic.
Mark your bingo cards, kids.
It's chicken is spicy, not pretzels.
You know what, Charlie? It's 8:30 here in Chicago. I'm gonna point you to a Nuff Said episode that I know you heard.
Oh, he's gonna point. You know what finger he's gonna use?
In season 1, where Jack and I tried to record at 7 in the morning, and we sound hungover. We're not. We sound brain damaged.
Well, I am.
We might be.
That's all of season 1.
It's awful. And afterwards, Jack was like, "We can never do it at this time again. This was a bad move." I mean, I sound so dopey and drunk. It's awful. Not that I don't normally sound that way, but that was really bad. So anyway, we were out with them. It was the first time meeting this Gary guy who's awesome. And he was talking about how he did voiceover and he had done radio and all this stuff. And all of a sudden he's like, "Yeah, and I was in a movie too," because she points out that I was in a movie. Cindy, like, you know, everybody loves to like, "Oh, do you know Rob was in a movie?" Yeah. And she points out, like, he goes, "Oh, I was in a movie." He was in Mighty Ducks. He is a background character, but they actually gave him a character. He's there. It's him with his wife watching the game. And I think he said that, yeah, we were supposed to be parents of one of the kids or something. So when you watch the movie, he's standing right there. He put a picture up on Facebook recently. I'll see if I can find it, where he circled himself. But yeah, he's in Mighty Ducks, and I had to say, I've never seen it. Now, if you
That's okay. I actually have literally never seen Jingle All the Way. It's okay.
That's okay.
Oh!
You know
I've only seen that.
Rob Southgate didn't get your nickel. Rob didn't get your nickel.
I'm just saying, I don't think
That's actually a joke. I love that movie.
I'm going to recreate
I watch
my
it every
part.
Christmas. It's a joke.
Yes.
Lilith, I'm going to recreate my part so you don't have to watch it.
Kids, if you've never seen...
There we did it. All 10 seconds.
I think you did it a little better, too.
I was younger. I was more flexible.
I always see that still of you holding the balls.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a family show.
No, it's not.
I don't know.
Has he met us? He doesn't know? He doesn't know. Okay.
I know. Trust me, I know.
Why do you think you got out of the business?
Man watched half of Obi-Wan and wants to do a show about Obi-Wan.
I watched 2
You
episodes.
think it's-
No, it's a multi-topic
Half
thing.
of Star Trek, 2 Obi-Wans. Oh, it's okay. The Obi.
Great. Did I tell you guys I'm not sure I know one? I thought that was great.
What?
I like the Inquisitors. Why did they kill the one though? Spoiler. I really like Reba.
Is he dead? I mean, I got confused by that.
Is anybody dead in Star Wars? I'll tell you what's going to happen.
Well,
There's a
that's the
rumor. They're already talking about if we have a good story for Obi-Wan 2, we'll bring it back. But we're not making any promises. Of course, they're going to bring it back. I'm sure they have Ewan McGregor under contract already. Why wouldn't you? And I'll tell you what season 2 is going to be. Everyone's like, well, they can't bring Darth Vader back. That'll be boring if he fights Darth Vader again because that's 4 times. Blah blah.
Watch
blah, blah,
episode 3.
Exactly.
Well, right. Well, Darth Vader's in episode 3, right?
Yeah.
Of course, we know that Darth Vader's in it. We know they're going to have a big fight. Great. Season 2, you can't have that same thing unless you're, the CW. And so I think season 3. Here's my prediction. Everybody, mark my words right now. The return of Darth Maul.
Oh.
Darth Maul will be your big bad. We will get that robotic Darth Maul that we saw at the end of, was it Solo? We're going to get that, and we're going to have the fight.
It was Spider, I thought.
They showed us. I think they showed us real robotic legs, not spider legs. But mark my words.
He had 2 forms,
Darth Maul, season 2, Kenobi, and it's going to be huge. And the fans that are all complaining now are all going to be in on it. Mark my words.
They just complain to complain, honestly.
They
like,
do.
it's so uncool to like things. That's the problem.
To be fair, I mean,
I get so much right.
That is, on some level, what people are complaining about, because there are canonical stories of these characters.
Well, this
a
story's a canon dodger, so it doesn't matter. You just have to let that go, Charlie.
Well, here's what I'm going to tell you. As far as the Grand Inquisitor goes, everyone at first said, why did they change the Grand Inquisitor? How did they kill the Grand Inquisitor? Because it's not the same Grand Inquisitor. I'm sorry, kids.
Why isn't it? This is after that story.
Fight me, nerd.
Why isn't it? It could be.
I mean, it could be. I guess it could be.
They've played with time travel a little bit already. And
that's when you know a fantasy story is off the rails. When you looking at you, Flash, when you have to resort to time travel.
Oh,
and they've also played with cloning, obviously. Spoiler alert. So yeah. I mean, who knows?
Everybody's a horny Doombot in that universe until otherwise proven. So,
by the way, I know you haven't seen it yet, Rob. But the scene.
Do you have a scene in the show? Yes. Okay.
Yeah. The effective work to detach Anakin from the Bacta tank.
Okay.
I mean, that is just the most insane, and you can feel the pain in the scene. It's like, oh wow, that probably is really uncomfortable every day for this poor guy. Now, granted, yes, he serves the dark side, but as I say about everything in this, it's like it's not like the Republic was freeing slaves ever. It's not like the Republic were doing good. It's just that at the end of the day, people are like, who doesn't like a little Law and Order? Because quite frankly, there was not Law and Order under the Republic, and people were being horribly oppressed under the Republic too. There is no goodness in the Empire, but it's not like they are coming from Camelot, And that's, but here we have this moment where
season 3 of Kenobi is all Camelot. I'm calling it right now. Mark my words.
Nope. Season 3 is all about the mechanics of moisture farming.
Honestly,
Lilith and I are there for that one. I wonder how they're marketing their moisture farm.
That's a deep cut for the fans of this show. That's a deep cut.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? If Anakin had just been a moisture farmer, his life would have been so much better.
The Jedi didn't want him to.
No, the Jedi are the Jedi are trash. That is, and here's the thing: nothing about the Obi-Wan series tells you that the Jedi aren't trash. The Jedi are
It's okay,
trash.
Phil. A lot of Star Wars fans.
I know.
It's okay. That's a safe take.
You know,
That's a safe take.
I know.
I mean, the Sith are bad too. And that's the real problem that you have to deal with in this is that the Sith are bad too.
But the trains run on time and gas prices are low.
No, I mean,
that's why people like the Mandalorians.
Exactly.
Well, exactly, because they're the one people that actually have connections.
The real franchise holding the Star Wars universe together at this point.
Yeah,
Even Boba Fett was like, what?
You mean Mando season 3?
Yeah.
2.5.
But Charlie,
I am just happy Tamara Morrison is getting work. The man works hard. He is,
You thought you had a show, Rob.
I have a show.
He was happy. It says Professor in my name. I get to talk to.
I keep putting rope out, and
Hell.
I just keep staking it. And I'm like, okay, keep staking it.
Just saying. I'm just saying. The Jedi were bad at their job, and so was the Republic. And something better will come.
All public leaders are bad at their job. If people were good at their job, we wouldn't be in the mess that we're in. That's the point. That's the point.
And
we've never had one good president. There, I've said it.
Yeah. That was point counterpoint. Thank you for joining us on Nerd Crossfire. Lilith is like, Rob just created a new show. Let's get on it.
No, that's Phil.
Spin
I'm
off.
going to tell Danielle. I'm going to text her right now. Don't let him do it.
Nerd Crossfire. Actually, you can't take that. I like that. I have another show. That goes in my pile of shows I've created that I haven't done anything with. I've got another one that's really good that I haven't debuted, which is really funny. The other day I was talking to somebody, and a person that was supposed to be on that show as a guest came up in the conversation, and they started asking, like, wouldn't it be cool if? And I was like, yeah, that's already happened. You just haven't heard it yet. So it's pretty cool.
That's what's clogging up that hard drive. Just domain names and ideas.
5,500 episodes of Southgate Media Group shows.
Oh,
that's clogging up the hard drive. And I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 external hard drives sitting here, full of video, and 3. We'll go with 3. 3 full of video and audio files.
The other one, you don't want to know what's on there.
No. The other one is our unfinished documentary that has I want to say 22 hours of footage.
Half of it is Rob in his bathrobe.
You could have just saved yourself the trouble, bought a 12 terabyte NAS and just synced it over the Wi-Fi, bud.
Yeah, I know. When you're in the deep end of it, who knew? When we started, we thought we were going to have 3 shows. So, who knew?
Yeah, right.
Who knew this was going to happen?
Rob.
Rob don't know himself.
And as it keeps happening, I'm like, oh shit. And now we, as maybe the people listening understand how this worked, but we made everybody free agents, right? And we said, okay, there's no more new content from Southgate Media Group except for like Molly's show, Read Between the Lines. And if Maeve or I do something, we do Broken to Brave on there, and that's about it. And all of a sudden, I'm getting so many people that want to be part of the network that I'm pushing away because there is no network as far as that goes. But with my new business, I'm ramping up. I'm about to start launching new shows, and it's going to be like Lilith's going to love it. It's going to be all business. So many new things, and it's like, oh crap! I thought we were going to do one thing, and here we go again. How long before I have 100 new shows?
Rob, it is 2022. If you deal in anything creative, especially on the business side, a million things are going to pop up. It's like whack-a-mole. Because it's the new media creatives. It's just so many things, and it's a lot of older people getting into it as well that are not very reversed.
Dare you?
So
how dare you?
You're the cool hip old person, Rob. It's okay.
I'm not old. I'm Gen X.
Babes, you're old.
I'm younger than Charlie. Charlie, you're what? 40 or 60 or
8?
68. Okay.
I'm 48. I look 68. Yes. I look 68. I am actually 48.
Crap. So I'm older than you. Do you know what? When
you're the oldest one here.
We're probably We could have dated in high school. I think it would have been.
Whoa!
Charlie, are you coming on to me? Did you say me or did you say Lilith?
Not me,
No,
you.
No, Lilith's a baby. Don't. Please.
I wasn't even born until he was in college or something.
He's coming for you. He's coming for you, Rob. He's a star effer.
I'm just saying we are of similar ages that it wouldn't have seemed creepy. That's
Fear enough said.
I'm telling Maeve.
I'm considering dating you if you're into Svengoolie. Love, Professor Charlie Esser.
Oh, I'm going to wear a gift mask and murder
I
people.
think that's a
Professor
prerequisite.
Esser.
I agree.
No.
And then I wrote
That's
Dear
Charlie's
Professor-
prerequisite. Mine is if you say that Hulk can beat Superman, I'm going to Hulk you out of a window. Charlie says you got to love Spengoolies. And you got to have a subscription to Tubi. It's free.
Yes. I mean,
Yeah, they have a lot of horror movies on there.
Oh, Tubi's gotten so good in the last 3 years. Oh, thank you, Ray Ray.
I want to know what Ray's doing down there. Jeez.
I'm just saying.
Well, your hair is... Oh, never mind. Well, we won't.
No, my hair.
A2, Robert. A2.
Look at all this. Look at all this. Look at all this lush hair. Anyone want to see my...
A2 Homer Simpson. Thank you, Homer Simpson.
It works. You know, there's a reason I have only one camera, which is...
One camera angle.
Why do you think he shoots from down under, Rob?
Yeah, I'm here in my bunker, and this is...
Just get a little
I
on the lid.
I love a couple weeks ago, Ray was like, why is Charlie in prison?
Yeah, look, he's got that prison thing. Is this Orange is the New Black?
Oh,
Can we get an F in the chat for Oranges?
You want to see his gun made out of a bar of soap?
I don't think that's soap.
I don't think that's supposed to be a gun. He's just not very good at arts and crafts.
You know, it's supposed to be a duck.
Whoa!
Anyway, moving right along.
Anyway, I saw Encanto last night. Did you guys see Encanto?
Yes!
How late are you to the party, Robert?
You know what? Have we talked about how busy I am?
His hard drive, Lilith. His hard drive.
I want to hear...
You know, Rob, there's a film called Citizen Kane. You might want to check.
No, that's trash. You don't need to watch that.
I love Citizen Kane. Stop it. I love that. I've seen it. I saw it in the theater. Maybe you didn't see it in the theater.
Wow, you are old.
Yeah.
No, Revival Theaters. I saw it twice in the theater, and it completely blew me away.
Yeah,
it's amazing. It's amazing on a screen.
It's the first movie to throw shade at a person. I get. Well, next to Rasputin, but neither here nor there. I don't want to get into that whole thing.
No, Orson Welles was good at his job. It's
his job. That was a hit piece, and I was here. That the concept is cool. But, it's not in my wheelhouse.
What did you guys think of Encanto?
Brilliant. About damn time they did a Brown family decently.
Okay.
Yeah. I like
the music slaps. It's the best
the
since
music is a complete bop.
Since Beauty and the Beast. There, I've said it.
Okay.
It's the best music since Beauty and the Beast.
It slaps like Lilith on a date. Hey-o.
I mean, yeah, if you think Beauty and the Beast is good, yeah, sure.
It won an Oscar,
amazing.
babes.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
Oh, Rob didn't know about
Beauty and the Beast. Oh, cancel Charlie Esser immediately.
Rob doesn't know about the Free Charlie movement. Yeah, man.
We'll send you a shirt.
All I'm saying
Charlie
is,
behind bars.
Encanto
send me
is
a mug, a free Charlie mug. I would totally use that.
There we go. Feel free.
Okay, so wait a minute. I want to talk about Encanto for a second before I move on to the next thing. So,
but don't talk about Bruno.
Oh my God, Rob's
No,
organized.
we're going to talk about Bruno.
Wait, Rob's organized? What?
Bruno was the best part of the movie. Actually,
Yes,
Lilith, I'm with you. I loved the family. I loved the look of it. I loved the feel, and it is about damn time. They've slowly been inching there, and they finally got one where I'm like, okay, this is not... Well, it's kind of like they did it in... what's the Pixar one that did such a great job with it? Coco. Oh my God, I love Coco.
Oh, yeah.
Coco's amazing. Now, Coco is actually 10 times the movie of Encanto. Sorry to tell you that. Encanto, it needed... Okay, here's what I think. It's not one that I'm going to go back to. I loved the character work. Like, I thought the characters were really interesting. I loved the family. I loved the idea. I think the script needed a little bit more. And I'll tell you why I think that. Because I think they spent too much time making it a goddamn musical.
Oh.
And I am not a fan of musicals. for that reason, what I just saw there. When they did, remember the scene when it had the like cool little guitar thing and they had the song over it, you saw that little montage? That was beautiful. That was fantastic. That's how music should have been integrated into this movie. These big production numbers, a couple of them were fun, a lot of them completely unmemorable. I can't sing one song from that thing. I know it was Lin-Manuel Miranda, but you know what? It sounded like he took his Hamilton box and put some new lyrics in and made Hamilton Part 2 out of the leftovers. It just didn't work for me. I thought his work as Shiny and Mimosa, whatever that is, was better. So, is it bad? No, I thought it was good. I think that the music, there was just, I don't like musicals, and I think that's what I'm reacting to. And I think that they could have built on the story and given us a richer, longer, like, filled out story instead of cramming in these musical numbers.
Babes, have you ever seen a Disney? As a 90s kid who lived through the literal renaissance of Disney, I hate musicals, but I love every single Disney Renaissance movie. With the exception of Rescue Rangers.
I don't, but I did love, like, I loved...
Wait, you mean the new Rescue Rangers?
No, the old Rescue Rangers. The original Rescue Rangers.
I loved Little Mermaid.
Yes.
Little Mermaid is a perfect Disney
and the thing is, those songs integrate. You know, Kiss the Girl. Like, we build up to those moments where, as in the concert, I totally agree, they just pop out of nowhere.
They pop out of nowhere, and they don't necessarily move the
and they last way
forward.
too long.
There's a couple of songs that do, like, when it gets to it, you're like, okay. Like when the big one, Lolona, whatever, I don't know anybody's name. When her song hit, that one made sense in the narrative. A lot of them don't make sense in the narrative. Don't Talk About Bruno was fantastic. But even the first song, which should be the grabber, I was like, wow, what a mess. I don't know what's going on here.
Okay. And also, it's built for younger people's attention spans, the TikTok attention span as well.
But I hated Luca. I thought Luca was yeah.
I did not like Luca.
I didn't like it. Oh, you don't want to hear my hot takes on Luca. And I like these kind of movies. I really do.
I think Turning Red was way
better than maybe that.
I hate to say it.
We watched Turning Red a couple of weeks ago, and that was significantly better.
Don't judge me.
Yeah. Great movie.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, I like Encanto for the fact that it's like finally, like, they kind of get it now. It's just like,
Yeah, I think this was a stepping stone. I think we're going to get more integration of because obviously Red. We had an Asian family. This one we had a Hispanic family. Like, I think they're getting better at that, not making them stereotypes of those. They actually had a Hispanic cast.
Yeah.
John Leguizamo showed up.
I know, right?
And you know what's funny? How people hate on him. They're like, oh, he's trash. Is he?
How can you not love John Leguizamo? Is that guy? First of all,
me too. You ever see his one man shows?
Yes, I love that show.
Oh,
don't.
I love the first one that he did. The one where he talks all about his childhood.
Yep.
Holy cow! That is an incredible one man show. That is absolutely stunning. And now I read about, they're like, oh yeah, he's not good. But you know, it's not that I read about it. I hear it on podcasts. I hear podcasters that don't have any sense of history talking about this stuff.
Yeah, Gen Z.
Yeah, and they just attack, and you're like, I was listening to one today. I know, I got up early, as usual. And even though I sound like trash this early, I did listen to one early this morning. And they were talking about the movie Nuns on the Run. You guys remember that one?
I love Nuns on the Run.
Okay, they hated it.
Is Charlie Esser in that?
No. They hated Nuns on the Run. And
that means they have no taste.
Well,
that's the point he's making.
They, like, 3 of them are like, oh, Monty Python's garbage.
Well.
Yeah. But when you listen to how they talk about Monty Python, I'm listening going, first of all, you've never seen the show. You're only talking about a couple of movies. You like
it's a whole movement. Monty Python is a whole movement. So you're absolutely right that they don't get the grand scope and they take things out of context.
That's a whole...
You need to have Monty Python in context.
That's a whole thing in entertainment anymore anyway. You listen to some of these podcasts, it's like, I read this really old comic from like 10 years ago. It's like, really?
Yeah. And I was listening to it and I was like, they don't get it. And then they kept talking about how Robbie Coltrane should have stuck to Hagrid. I'm like, this was like 15 years before Hagrid existed. Why are you talking about
these
it?
Kids don't know.
So I don't care if it's a younger person talking about it, as long as they can figure out a little bit of context to things. Do your research. Pull up Nuns on the Run. See what year it came out. Nuns with Guns. Yeah, that's a good one too, Ray.
I have that on my hard drive.
But Nuns on the Run, it's a dumb little comedy.
Listen, I don't think the kids would even love Tu Wong Fu. Okay, like they would cancel that movie nowadays.
Right. Oh yeah, they definitely would. And I'm surprised, like if Nuns on the Run came out, that would get canceled too. And
Blazing Saddles would never be made today. They are.
Oh no, never.
Because people just don't have any nuance these days. Like nuance is missing because of the internet. Like
because I really hate that argument that Blazing Saddles couldn't be made today. Because it's first off, it's always made by
in 2022. Absolutely not.
It would not get released.
Because you don't need to make Blazing Saddles today because it was made in the 1970s.
No, I'm saying if it was never made, it would never be made.
Right. No, if it was never made, we wouldn't live in the world. There is no such thing as a counterfactual.
Yeah, if it was made now, it would be made by Seth MacFarlane, and
no, Seth Rogen, even worse, even worse.
I mean, and
he's that guy behind the scenes. Seth Rogen really is that guy behind the scenes, though. He is making a lot of TV and movies.
And this is literally my point. It's like if you're Mel Brooks.
Wait a minute, I like Seth Rogen, but yeah.
If you're Mel Brooks, you can tell the joke. You know, Mel Brooks, and even Mel Brooks has said, hey, you know what, I've come back to it in recent years, and I've realized how maybe it's not as cool as I thought it was, but it was freaking 50 years ago. So, please cut me some slack. I'm working within the universe I was born in. And that's
listen, Betty. You've never seen a picture of Betty White in blackface, so I don't accept that. I do not accept that excuse.
I mean, no one ever paid her to do it, so.
Well, a lot of people that get caught in blackface weren't paid to do it either. A lot of these people. So I'm just saying, don't use that as an excuse.
No. But I do, and there's no one in blackface in.
I know. I'm just saying, like all the.
Yeah, watch. Every Christmas we pull out Holiday Inn, and every Christmas we get about 20 minutes in and go, oops. No, actually, that's not true. We never watch it because we don't like that one. We like White Christmas is a lot better. But yeah, that minstrel scene is brutal. You know, speaking
it's
of
hard
that,
to watch.
When we were just in Nashville, we went to Andrew Jackson's state. I don't know if you guys have ever been down there. But
I used to live in Kentucky. I've been many times.
Okay. So, first of all, how about, Maeve had a great idea. How about making it more about the slaves and stop trying to make it seem like, oh, but he considered them family. He considered them family in chains, and he wasn't letting out of that back area. He fed them pork. He fed them pork and corn. That was it. But, you know, they had fishing gear. They could fish. You mean in their off time from when they're working for no money for this guy? It was really brutal, and we just walked around going like, yeah, they need to redo this.
It's like people who get married on plantations. I'm just like, ooh.
Well, that was the other thing. We passed a plantation, and we looked out there, and there's all these white people hanging out on this lawn, and it's like, oh, it's this beautiful thing. And I went, damn, that thing should be, burned to the ground. I mean, this has to stop. And the thing is, I looked at it from the perspective,
and that's where nostalgia is dangerous and borderline mental illness.
Yeah, and I looked at it and I went, okay, so we're looking at this going, yeah, but it's beautiful and all this. But if I was black, would I want to step 1 foot on either of those properties? Hell no. Hell no. If I was Jewish, would I want to go to Auschwitz and walk around and have a picnic? Hell no. Now, can you make it a monument to whatever? Sure. But we don't need 50 of them, maybe one, and make it honorable and tell the story and let people grieve and stop this, man. I was not into that at all. The three of us had a big conversation.
That's why you should have went to Dollywood, babes. Dollywood never disappoints.
We're doing Dollywood next time. No, because
please do. No, Dollywood is amazing. Pigeon Forge is pretty cool too.
Amazing. Yeah. Wait, which one did you just say?
Pigeon Forge is cool, like the old little town is cool.
Yeah, that's cool, but Dollywood is where it's at.
Yeah, Dollywood is the best thing about that state. Sorry.
Yeah,
don't at me, Tennessee. I think they know.
Because it's Dolly Parton, they should just rename it to Partonville, and the whole state become Dolly Parton's, and let her control things because Dolly Parton is...
I mean, she has the money to buy it, just do it.
And, well, she approaches things so well, and I'm like, what the hell? This was not cool. But the Andrew Jackson thing was interesting. They could not. I mean, the guy must have been a real jerk, even though he did some good things. He was a fly in the ointment, but at the same time, he's not a good dude.
His legacy is, if you really know the real legacy, awful.
Yeah. Wow.
But we put him on our money, so we gotta worship
the
him.
United States nearly destroyed the entire economy of the U.S. So,
as any U.S. president has done. Like, let's just be real.
no,
I'll do a hot take. Bill Clinton was a president of convenience. He did not balance the budget. There, I said it. I don't care. Cancel me.
Okay. All right. I'm not canceling you.
Anywho, no politics. Enough about politics.
Yeah, no more politics. Yeah, I'll tell you, there is, out of all the presidents, there's one that I will never step foot on any property they ever had. I think we know who that is. Because the worst president.
Oh, you don't want to go golfing, bud?
You mean the
talk about they could just burn all that stuff to the ground? Chicago, the skyline's ruined. You go out there by the Chicago River, big,
yep.
just asshole, and you're like, oh,
Give it a couple years. Bad wiring will burn it down.
But
I mean, if it was Chicago construction, probably.
I'm sure he paid for top notch. I'm sure.
No, he does not pay.
Pay.
That's the problem.
Pay.
That's what I mean.
All right, enough politics. I'm trying to think what else I watched. Oh, I did watch the first half of the third season of The Boys.
Oh, sweet. We just talked about that over on Capes.
That's nice.
I love The Boys. And I'm reading all this stuff online. They're like, it's getting old, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what? Why do we always have to grab attention? This is actually a really cool show. I read the entire series. I think they're doing a great job of interpreting in it. I love it. I love it. And what's his name? Who's the lead guy? I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Carl Urban, or you're talking about the guy that plays Huey?
No, Carl Urban.
Yes.
Our new Wolverine. Just let it happen, guys.
Let it happen. Let it happen.
This is his audition. He's just gonna send in 3 seasons of The Boys. I'm Wolverine.
Yeah.
No. Or he could be. Apparently, he could be Scott now that he's had the laser eyes. So.
He could. Yeah, please. We need.
They're concussive force beams, not lasers, Lilith.
Don't be pedantic!
They are powered by the Crimson Meds of Cyterac, and I will die on this hill.
You tried to argue that years ago with comic book professional Peter David, and what did he tell you?
Yeah, dumbass.
Called you a dumbass. That's
Where's
right.
my drop, Philip?
I gotta find that. I gotta go back in the archives.
Is he the one that threw Charlie in comic book jail? Do you have a toilet in there?
No, he lives in the DC universe's punishment. No toilet. Another deep cut, but it's fine.
Judge Dredd? Hell yeah.
I love that Judge Dredd. I think that was so underrated.
I saw it in the theater.
It was better than that new RoboCop. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. You know what? That was okay. That wasn't good. But it was better than 2 and 3 of RoboCop. Those were terrible. RoboCop 1, fantastic. 2, not so good. RoboCop
3 is absolute hot garbage.
Really bad. 2 was not good, but
it was okay. It was doable.
New RoboCop was about 2's level. It was okay. Dredd though, Dredd was a killer movie. It's a shame that didn't become a franchise, but you know what? I can live with it being one beautiful film, beautiful, violent.
Now all they need is Dredd meets Batman.
Oh,
I mean, if you're gonna go off the comics, I'm just saying.
Batman, my favorite character.
Sorry, Ray.
Ass.
Yeah, but then DC will be involved, and they'll
no. They're like, yeah, they do the Sony thing. We'll give you license. You just give us money. I think that's what they should just do at this point. Clearly, they can't make a good movie.
Warner's needs something.
No, they can make a good Batman movie. They can't figure out their DCEU stuff. Did you read that article that they want to give it to Todd Phillips? That is a huge mistake.
No crap!
Joker.
I mean, they gave it to Snyder.
Wait! Warner's is about to make a bad decision. Get out of here!
It's unbelievable.
0 days. Let me take the sign down.
With so many good directors out there that really can do stuff, why aren't you looking at some of these showrunners? You know what? Go get Vince Gilligan and say, we're going to back up the Brinks truck and you fix the DCEU. And he will make a complex DCEU that actually works, that is different than anything else out there, and will all.
You know who I would love, but he's unreliable, is freaking Brian Fuller. He has the visuals, he has the deep character, but he does not have the gumption to see a damn thing through. Looking at you, Discovery. Still bitter. That was him.
You know what? Part of his problem with that is not him. Part of the problem is he does have a lot of vision. They come in and
they can't see it. Look at Hannibal.
Yeah. And then in season 2, the studio starts saying,
This is too much money for not enough return. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, but Hannibal was a glorious,
critically acclaimed.
Yeah, but we can't give the whole thing to James Gunn, can we?
No, we can't.
No, I don't think.
He needs oversight.
He needs oversight.
His little pocket is cool, but he cannot have the whole universe. I will just say that.
Well, here's the thing. Disney is a company founded by creatives. Warner's is a company.
Immediately no.
Well, okay. Within the context of what it means to be a creative. Okay.
That's making crazy.
In the same way that Stan Lee wrote comic books, okay?
There we go. On that note, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, but the idea is that, at Disney, they don't care so long as the money comes in. They let the creatives have a little say. There'll be people. There's lawyers, there's some middlemen who said, okay, look, we can't say these words, and these words.
No, Uncle Ben!
May you rest in peace.
Mephisto?
Mephisto confirmed. Thank you.
Ray said enough gun, by the way, guys.
Yeah, but the idea is that Warner's isn't
I don't know, Ray.
Company.
I don't know, Ray. Peacemaker was a hell of a show.
Peacemaker was good.
A show, not a whole universe.
Okay.
He's not that guy for the universe.
Oh, I'm not giving him the universe. I'm just saying let him play around in the.
Give him some
universe.
Shows, yeah.
Well, what they need,
he's better with the TV show than he did with
Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad, yeah.
Look. Feige is not a guy. In fact, I could not tell you a film he wrote, a film he produced. Well, no, yes, he produces everything. But what he is he's a coordinator. He's a guy who says, okay, so this is what's established. This is what we've done. This is where we're going to put it together. And he's okay at that, and okay enough to get you money. The problem with DC is they want an artist. They want to hire an artist, then control him. What they need is a good middle manager who says, "Oh no, I read all the books." And
Warner's never has been that way. It's always it's literally like the 1% and the 99%. It's like there's no middle ground. There's never been middle ground in management, and that's always been the problem from DC Comics up to Warner Brothers Studios itself. That's the corporate culture of Warner's.
If only Kenny Parking had just stayed in control, I think everything would be better.
If they never sold the rights to Superman or Batman, they'd be fine. But anyway.
Actually, no. I will argue that the biggest problem for Warner's is that they have Superman and Batman, and they don't know what to do with them. And they don't build a story because Superman and Batman are pretty great characters.
Well, it's
to get people in the seats.
Well, it's like Lil said. You had a movie with Batman and Superman, and you need to make $1 billion. Something's wrong.
Well, yeah, because they're bad.
And just throw it in there. Wonder Woman too. You had the Trinity that people literally waited their whole lives to see, and you didn't make $1 billion.
Something's wrong. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Thor, the third Thor made more money. I will never be over it. I will never get over that. Just retire. Get out of here.
Lilith, they had the Goldblum factor.
They you know what? And
Goldblum and gold!
Well, true. I'll give you that.
Did the work. They did the footwork. They did the labor.
The 20-some movies, yeah.
Yeah, they were like, hey, some of these are going to be awful, but you know what? That's
Thor the Dark World.
I was going to say, even when they hit a speed bump, Thor the Dark World, they kept going, man. They didn't change course at the first sign of trouble.
The first two Hulk movies, yeah.
Yeah, really, all the Hulk movies, they're just, and I'll go even back to freaking Bill Bixby's Hulk to say that was,
of course you will.
It was okay.
Mark your bingo cards, kids.
It's okay. I just did an entire podcast about it. I'm Charlie Esser.
That's good. Look, it's a good show, but it has flaws. And the failure to capitalize on it, again, is one of these basic problems that exists.
Which brings me to the problem with Netflix. All their top-tier shows have no merchandising, with the exception of Stranger Things. All their originals. That is their problem. That's why they're not making money. That's why they're hemorrhaging money every single quarter.
Yeah.
Back to the money show, or the podcast.
Yes!
The money shot. That's
the money. Gimme.
Yeah, we're not starting that show, Charlie. Lilith,
that's for the Patreon.
100% right. And that is where somebody is going to figure it out to win the streaming wars. Nobody's going to win. They're going to keep going.
It's going to be 3, and it's only going to be 3. So whoever it is, Amazon, Disney, I don't know who's going to replace Netflix. Maybe Paramount. I don't know. HBO Max probably. Let's be real.
They're going to get the merchandising right. They don't have it right yet, and Netflix certainly doesn't. They put content out, but no merchandising.
Like you have Masters of the Universe, and there's no new toys.
Right.
You're going back to the classic toys that you're not actually making money on. Make it make sense. Kevin Smith. Make it make sense. They didn't even do the She-Ra. When they did the She-Ra revival, there were no new toys. No T-shirts, no nothing. That's where the money is.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, you pissed Lilith off if we don't put out new merch. Yeah.
You let Etsy make the money?
I'm with you, Lilith. I'm with you 100%.
Look, dear Netflix, hire me. I will fix it.
The Stranger Things stuff that comes out is not... They're not hitting the...
It's like brand collabs, which is good for you, but not the fans. Oh, are they?
There are new.
I haven't seen them in the stores. Are they like collectors?
How great?
It's a collector's thing that's different, but like actual mass production of the new toys, I haven't seen them.
Well, how great is that advertising if Lilith doesn't know about the merchandise?
I'm at the comic book shop. I'm at Walmart. I'm at Target every single week. Two, 3 times a week, and I haven't seen them.
Hey, maybe they're just hitting Australia, raised in Australia, so maybe.
And I live in a big market.
Oh wait, doesn't he still have Kmart's down there? There you go.
Well, yeah, they do actually.
So Mandalorian comes out. You can get an awesome mug that's in the Mandalorian's helmet shape. You
got Baby Yoda all over the place.
Baby Yoda
all over the
place. I was at the pet store and they have a whole display of
pet
stuff.
Pet costumes,
from Mandalorian.
Oh, they have Chia Pets. They have everything, yeah.
They forced that though. To be fair, they forced that. They were like, they're gonna want this. They're gonna take this. We're gonna take their money.
But where is the stuff from these IPs that Netflix has? Where is...
Can't do anything for Queen's Gambit. Orange is a new... What can you do?
But you can.
What can you do?
But you can.
If merchant...
Get a little jail playset.
No. Hold on a second. Sex Ed. Gillian Anderson's mug that she has, that really cool honeycomb mug, that is a Sainsbury mug from Sainsbury, the store in London. They put out this mug. She has one on the show. It's discontinued. You cannot get it. Go do a search for that mug. People are all over the place trying to get this mug. So Etsy people are trying to recreate this mug, and they're not getting it right. Right there. Put out that mug.
Do a collab. Absolutely.
Exactly. That's the type of merch that they need to be doing. You go, well, what are they going to do with Love on the Spectrum? You know what? They could. There are things they could do even with those reality shows that are merch-based that people would gobble up.
Board games, baby. Board games.
So Queen's Gambit is a great example. You're saying, like, what are they going to do for that? There are so many things they could do with Queen's Gambit. What they
could have did a capsule wardrobe.
It's literally about a board game.
Gobble, gobble.
It is.
It's like you could sell the Queen's Gambit chess set and then just feel like, oh, hey, that's a thing in my house.
Gobble, gobble.
And that's what people pay money for.
Right. So don't go into development on a video game on all this stuff because it's going to cost too much. It's going to take too long. And if it doesn't
and it's not going to be good.
You make a mug, you make a t-shirt. Yeah, no, that's...
T-shirts are where the money are. Let's just be real. It's quick, it's cheap, it's easy, mass production.
Couple Funkos.
Your Netflix series of characters about this size, premium characters, get them in every Walgreens, but take your main characters from each of these shows. Once they hit, it doesn't take long to make production on something like this. Would you not buy the Queen's Gambit girl in a character like this? I know Molly would have had one in 2 freaking seconds. Wouldn't you? I would buy the characters from, what's the name of that one? Not I Love You to Death. That's that movie. The one that's based on the zine that I love.
I know what you're talking about. Charlie, we watched it too with that girl with the powers. She explodes that guy. I can't think of it too now that you put me on the spot.
I would buy a figure from that, no question. It seems like the only one who understands that is Pop Vinyl. So Pop Vinyl swoops in and gets all these licenses for these stuff, and you're like, oh look, they have Stranger Things things. I don't need every character I buy to look like
bobbleheads.
Bobblehead Phil. Although now that I'm saying it, could we maybe get a bobblehead Phil for the show? Wouldn't that be
You know
awesome?
what? Go on Etsy, give them a picture of Phil. They'll make it for you if you can't do it yourself.
Gosh.
You got to get a blank pop. I've had a couple done.
Make
before.
it. Give me cut of the profits. Done.
Hold on, let me see if I have a couple
Hey, look at all the shows and all the hosts we have. We could do a whole Capes and Lunatics line. Come on.
You could.
Oy
If-
vey.
that was actually something that back with Southgate Media Group, we talked about different ways to merchandise all that. The problem was when it's 99% sitting on me, it was just too hard to make those things happen. But there are so many
Delegation.
Oh my God.
Fellow.
Oh my God. The big set. Charlie Esser in the prison set. Yes.
Oh my
that's
God.
what they call a mini moment.
It's
yes.
a bunker.
I wonder if we
Okay.
could. You know how they do those Lego sets?
Yeah.
That are like custom Lego.
Yes.
Charlie in the bunker Lego set.
Yes.
There we go.
Oh my God! With
You can get Legos that
but
big.
you
We
can
need
change-
Rob in the studio though. We need
but
that
you
one
can
as
change
well.
the facial hair on Charlie. You can put big mustache, little mustache, bald.
You can do the whole pork
Oh.
chop swoops.
But every
Rabbit
one
ears
is
out the
this
window.
Weird angle. So it's
I'm gonna
like,
go back.
Rabbit ears out the window.
I'd get a Charlie playset.
Hell. Hey, Lil said do the raw.
Ray would get one so he could have Lilith's hair.
Lil said Rob in the studio. Oh my God! But Lilith, how do you get Maeve
Just
and
a
Molly?
whole bunch of like film coming out of the back of something.
Lilith, how do you get Maeve and Molly
Thanks for
going?
Free comic book day.
Maeve and Molly.
That was like months ago at this point, but that's fine.
All my coffee drinking Funko Pops.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Rob falling asleep in front of the TV. That is actually it.
With my phone, like watching shows like this. Like,
Oh, you're
That's
one of
pretty
those
much it.
people.
I have to. Maeve doesn't like all the like she's overdone. That's why we have this show. We can't. She doesn't want to hear about it anymore, and I get that. I mean, like she'll watch stuff and talk about stuff, but she's not going to sit there through. She wasn't even going to sit
A
through
50-minute Rob rant. Yeah, I know.
And then because we watch. If I get
She
her to watch
need-
The Mandalorian, it's going to be 2 hours of me talking about The Mandalorian afterwards, and she's like, I can't. We have other things to talk about, other things to do. She's not interested in that. Now she will binge like Queen's Gambit. We watched the whole thing. We binged it, loved it. Talk about that. You know what? Great. Fantastic. She doesn't need to sit through all that other stuff.
But would she buy the chessboard?
She absolutely would.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I mean that's
That's a great. That would like actually make it a premium chess set, and that's your like coffee table
Yeah.
centerpiece. I don't know if people still do coffee table pieces, but
Hold on, Lilith. There's a bundle you do. The premium set with a book of chess moves.
Ooh.
That like trains
Signed
you,
autograph. There we go.
trains you on. Well, no, that's the real premium. That's where Netflix could be raking.
That's the
it.
limited edition Comic-Con edition.
Right. But you bundle it with a book that is like her chess moves. Oh my God. Like every kid that watched that show, they'd have to have it. Molly would have had to have that. She cosplayed her for, I don't remember what we were at. And one of the things she cosplayed her, walked around with a chessboard. So yeah, that would be a good one. Orange is the New Black. I mean, just put out the prison shoes, but make them so they're comfortable. Oh my God. Because I have the prison shoes, because you get them at Walmart, and they're like $5 for a pair of those shoes. They fall apart after a month, and they're just terrible on your feet. Want me to show you what the feet look like afterwards? No, we'll save that for another show.
Hey, don't do the feet for free in this economy. First
But
of
that's
all, Rob.
a merch thing. That's a merch thing. Yeah, I'm gonna eat an apple real. Everyone listen while I eat the apple, and I'm gonna merchandise that.
Hey, ASMR, it's a
then I'm
thing,
gonna
but
show
you
you-
will
then
be
I'm gonna show you
canceled for
my
ASMR. Patreon will not pay for that.
Oh, all right. Then I'll show you my feet, and then I'll be canceled.
Only Rob. Get an only Rob.
Sure,
Oh, and only Rob.
oh, please.
That's what this show is supposed to be, and then Phil horned in.
I've said like 5 things. God.
As usual, Phil. Come on.
I know. Mr. 9.
Yeah, it's really great talking to you, Rob, because all three of us have ADHD, and then we just make fun of Charlie, so that's great. I love
So
it.
we
I
had
love
to
that
so we had to start a show with the king of ADHD, Rob Southgate.
You know what? I want to address that for a second. I don't have ADHD. You think I do. I actually got tested. And
My mom tested me, but did she have a second opinion, Robert?
No.
My wife got me tested.
I got tested, and I came up almost entirely like at the bottom of the scale, like 0.
Ooh.
I am.
He's normal.
Welcome to episode 1 of Bottom of the Scale with Rob Southgate.
I am creatively gifted, which is a real thing. I was told I have. Molly is creatively gifted. Maeve is creatively gifted. If one in the house is, you probably have a whole house full of them. And it displays as ADHD. It's why the ideas explode and I keep going with them. But I can stay on track and focus, which is something. Now, Maeve, on the other hand, may have a touch of the ADHD. We'll find out. Spoiler for another episode when she's on.
Ooh, cliffhanger.
But yeah, I don't have it. I know that that's something that has come up before, and it's like I got tested.
Well, yeah, I actually know that because the way you drink coffee is normal. Like you do it for the caffeine kick. ADHD people do it to calm down. That's why I actually have taken up to Red Bull.
And I do it because yummy. I love coffee. Oh, I do.
Canceled. People who actually drink coffee for the flavors, like people like me who drink alcohol for the flavor, canceled.
No, you know what?
For the flavor, Lilith.
I don't drink, but I do like it for the flavor when I drink.
Exactly. That's the thing. People are like, ew, it's so gross. How can I actually like the cheese?
Yeah, I don't like beer. I think beer tastes like pee. That's awful.
Like a nice smooth vodka or aged tequila. Yes.
Delicious. Delicious.
See, I love beer.
Old Scotch, like yes, people don't understand.
And I mean, I might have one a year of one of these. That's it. So I'm not a drinker, but I do like the flavor when it's good. You know, and I can really appreciate it. So it's the same thing. And just like with coffee. And boy, if you get Gloria Jeans, they're not going to ever sponsor us. Gloria Jeans is terrible coffee. Einstein Brothers makes terrible coffee. They're like, we have darn
They're both
coffee.
the bagels. That's your fault. Go to Dunkin' Donuts.
I was going to say, there's a Dunkin' Donuts around here. There's almost a traffic accident every day.
I do not talk to you anymore.
They
Cancel.
changed the flavor of Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Did they? Now, are the ones in the K-Cup the same old formula or the new formula?
I don't know. I don't use K-Cups.
My friend swears by those, so I don't know.
I used to love Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and then it was like overnight. You know, I'll tell you when it happened. I went through their drive-thru to get a coffee, and it was the first time I saw the sign that had like, we now have all these flavors with vanilla and all this. They changed their coffee when they did that, and it's not good. It's okay.
I mean, I actually the only coffee I drink is Dunkin's iced coffee. So
okay. McDonald's used to have god awful coffee. I hated it. It was terrible. And then they switched to McCafe and they changed their coffee. They actually have for the price, a pretty great cup of coffee.
Yeah. They actually use pretty premium espresso beans. Really, seriously, true story. So.
And theirs was hot trash before. Dunkin' Donuts was great. Theirs was terrible. It's flip-flopped. Most other places, though, like places that claim to be good, are just not good. And you know, even when we travel, we always do Coffee Palooza. And, or I do. I should say. And I always look for the local roasters, look to see who's best. And I you know, it depends on how serious I am. Sometimes I'm not that serious and I get a latte because then you just taste all the sugar and milk.
Just say you're having a milkshake for breakfast, bud.
I rarely do that. What I usually do is get an Americano and then just put a little tiny bit of cream and sugar in it. Just because I like to have that little bit of sweetness to it. But that way you can taste what their coffee really is. So it is about the taste. It is about the taste, Lilith. This morning,
those are special people that do alcohol and coffee. No, it's a thing. It's like people who think that what is that? Tastes like soap. What is that? Cilantro. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like an actual scientific thing. That's like a
I like cilantro.
It's a genetic marker.
But you know what? I'll tell you what I hate. Here's a genetic marker. And this is one that I thought I was the only one until I started making it public. Melon. Don't hit me with watermelon. That's not what I'm talking about, Charlie. The history of watermelon is
I do.
Are you talking about like cantaloupe, other rock melons, things like that?
They taste the taste.
I need that as a screenshot, please.
I need that as a drop, please. Ray, send that audio.
All right, Ray. Well, you've come out
well
now.
played, sir.
Very public, and I support you.
Anyway,
melon tastes like this is a very distinct smell to me. The taste sensation, if it actually gets in my mouth, or like if I eat
there's a drop,
fruit and you've got like like watermelon, and somehow a piece of honeydew was hidden at the bottom. I'll take one bite, and it tastes like a wet dumpster. It's a very distinct flavor. I hate melon for that reason.
Okay.
And it turns out that's a thing.
Or honeydew. Yeah.
It tastes like a wet dumpster.
Yeah, that is common. I do not.
I hate honeydew. Is that why? I thought it's like
No,
when I
it's just
found out that like banana, I might actually be allergic to that. That tingling
I had that
sensation
too.
is not.
Yeah.
When I was a baby,
No.
I would throw up whenever they tried to give me banana, and of course, my abusive parents tried to give me banana. No, I'm kidding. They gave it to me like once, and I threw up like The Exorcist, and they were like, maybe he doesn't like banana.
I don't know what's going on.
Maeve tried it when we were dating. I told her how I hate banana, and it's got this weird flavor, and it makes me sick. And she gave me one of those, an orange juice with banana in it, you know, the Minute Maid or whatever. She was like, oh, here's some orange juice. And I took a sip, and I was like, oh my God, your orange juice has gone off. This tastes horrible. And she was like, oh, you don't like banana.
It's really interesting, the food things that are connected. It's fascinating to me.
Yeah.
What's weird
banana
to me
and melon
is that cilantro does taste like soap to me, but I like to taste the soap. So it works out.
Somebody had a naughty mouth growing up.
It really has an Irish Spring bar.
Yeah, it tastes fine. It's a soap flavor. What you people don't eat soap? I don't know. I do not like.
In prison, it's a delicacy, but for the rest of us, we don't have to eat soap.
Goes great with that toilet wine.
It goes great with Pruno. I was just about to say.
You know.
Charlie doesn't have toilet wine. He doesn't have a toilet in that room.
Oh, nice.
Oh!
So on that note, that was episode 1 of Third Best Southgate.
I'll take that. That's it.
Two ADHD monster maniacs and a creative.
Let me do the plugs. Let's end this thing. So, first of all, if you want to hire me or even just have a free session to talk about marketing, whether it's social media, digital marketing, what have you, if you want me to help you build your website, guess what? I do that. We talked about that earlier. You can go to southgatesmallbusiness.com. You can go to robsouthgate.com, which is going to change to something else soon. You can go to the podcast props if it's specifically about podcasting. You can go see our old shows at southgatemediagroup.com. All the links are on all these things, and actually I've got link trees that I've been building out for those. So you'll just have to click on the link tree and you'll get all that fun content. Coming soon, new podcasts about business. New Media Lab is about to come back out. If you're a podcaster, you can join Chicago Podcasters Unite or Chicago Podcasters, such creative names, on Facebook.
Even if you're not in Chicago.
Even if you're not in Chicago. And we're about to start a really cool little thing on there. I was doing it with Southgate Media Group and nobody heard it, where I just asked 3 questions, and I have various members of Chicago Podcasters Unite get to go on, and I do 3 questions with them, and then you get to hear them talk, and they've been really fun, and they give pro tips, which is awesome. So there's just lots of stuff out there, whether you're a podcaster or not. And if you want to get in touch with me, you can write Rob at... which one am I at? Rob at the Podcast Profs. You can write southgatemediagroup@gmail.com. You can just click on any link and get right to me. Do we have something for this, Phil?
Facebook group?
We got a Facebook page. We got a Twitter account.
Yeah, go to the Facebook page. I actually did a video update on there. I'm planning to do a little bit more of that. So at the Third Best. And I'm definitely in there. I'll be writing back and forth and sharing videos and doing all sorts of fun stuff because now I'm not overseeing 125 shows, so I actually have time to do a few things.
And again, all the other plugs you just did, write it down, send it to me. I'll put it in the show notes, so we can put everything in the show notes in one place. And again,
we have a YouTube channel too. It's awesome. You can check that out.
Yes, SMG has a YouTube, Capes and Lunatics. Again, you can always just contact me. I can forward stuff to Rob also. Not like,
but then we have to contact Phil. Wah, wah.
Oh.
You shut up. He is the best damn Gelman in the business.
Thank you, Reach. Thank you, Reach.
When it comes to getting interviews, this guy, let me tell you.
Guy, huh?
Trying.
He even taught DG Chichester and they're doing it once a month. I don't know how this guy does it.
I'm telling you, I view Phil as my Padawan. So he is the East Coast me. Right, Phil?
East Coast!
East Coast.
All right, yeah.
Not the Midwest.
See?
He's in the tri-state area! Come on!
Charlie is Svengoolie is the new black host. Charlie the Professor Esser.
I'm glad everyone got the dress code today.
And it's Saturday, so...
Literally, Lilith is one of my favorite co-hosts, so I am just so happy to be on here with you, Lilith.
I'm just like, these two can go. We can talk business.
Well, wait until we get a Lil to fly in here once in a while. Scott has already said, I just didn't put him on this week, but Scott's like, I'm in whenever you want me. So this is going to basically become This Week in Geek with less format.
I love how Rob just like schedules his friends. No, babe, I'm too busy this month. Maybe next month.
Phil, you have no idea the people that I have turned away that you would actually be like, wait, you know him? Yeah.
No, we're never surprised. Literally, we could do 6 degrees of separation.
Hold on. Lilith, we're getting to the name drop portion of the show.
No, I'm not going to name drop anybody.
Okay.
I do have one that I'm not friends with. I'm friends with on LinkedIn, but we have we're number 2 away. You know, we're both. He's aware of me. I'm aware of him, and I'm working that angle a little bit, and I'm going to get him on something. But I have somebody that you won't know the name necessarily, but when I get him on, I'm going to see. It's going to look like Scanners in here with the 3 heads. You know who I was writing to this week, Lilith?
I'm not going to name drop, though.
No, you know who I was writing with was Travis Langley.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I love that guy. His books are fantastic. Buy them all on Amazon. Like, seriously. I think I have, I don't have them all, but I have a lot of them.
Oh, he's
the
great.
Supernatural one, obviously.
Yeah. Well,
it's great.
I'm a connector. That's my big thing. I love to connect people. And I'm editing a show, helping produce a show called Nerd Therapy. Which is really good. It's all about therapy for using nerddom. Like episode 1 was one where they interviewed Doug Jones, it's a tearjerker. It's fantastic. Second one was one where they talked all about during the pandemic how they got through it using video games and that. It was great. So it's Nerd Therapy. Check that one out. Go subscribe. Give them a rating and a review. But with Nerd Therapy, I forgot what I was saying here. Oh yeah. So I wrote to Travis, and I said, hey, I want to connect you because, how many therapists are this big a nerd, like licensed therapists, are using geekdom? And at first he was like, oh, is this a competitor? Like, my publisher might not want me on their show. I was like, no, I'm just introducing you. And then he wrote back, and he was like, yay, introduce. And I've sent him to some other people, and every time he's like, oh, I love them. They're like my favorite people. So, yeah, he's awesome. He is an awesome guy. His book's great. You should get him on your show. Have you had him on?
Yeah,
not on Capes. I mean, Lilith is the gateway there. So
yeah, man, get him on.
No, I'll talk to him.
I don't want to talk about the Batman book again. But I don't know. He's done so many books. Pick a book. He's done some Marvel stuff too. So look it up. Pick a book, and I'll ask him.
Just reach out and ask him if he'll come on. Yeah. Even if it's just talking about a new property where he doesn't have a book yet. Because he's
always got at least 3 books in the works. That's the thing about it.
Right. He's got
that's not even that's an underestimate, honestly.
Oh, he's the book version of me.
Yeah, seriously.
He
how
is
dare you?
Unbelievable.
And he still is actually a practicing professor. So I literally don't know how he does it.
Hey, real professor.
A heavy load too. Like seriously.
Yeah, he's pretty amazing.
But if he or anyone else wants to talk to us, you can always email us capesandlunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-capes. See, I told you this monster was created by that one down there and that one right next to me over there. Yeah. So.
And what about that one down there? Hey, Charlie.
You're responsible for that as well, sir.
I will take responsibility for that. Lilith, you're the one that brought Phil into the fold.
Mm-hmm.
And then I brought
Kelly.
Yep, I brought you into the fold. And Charlie folded his way in by being a super fan of Nuff Said.
Yeah, I like nerd stuff. So.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
And
well, Jack, I love
nerd stuff is the best.
Hey, Lilith, he crashed through that nerd wall.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Charlie would write us on our Facebook group, and of course, Jack and I got everything wrong, and Charlie would correct us. What a shocker!
Yeah, because
but
in between Frosties,
good, but he was our first super fan because he was just in there all the time, and then I reached out to him, and it was like fanboying when he was talking to me. It was really funny. Oh, you're Rob.
Now the magic is gone.
Like I said, if we kissed in high school, it would not be that bad. That's all I'm saying, Phil.
Careful, he's building a time machine, Rob. Careful.
It is like Orange is the New Black. The Time Hum saga or whatever. Time Hum Chronicles.
Nice.
Just call me Crazy Eyes.
Her name is Suzanne.
We only refer to her as Suzanne.
But anyway, yeah, follow us on
She said,
Facebook.
I have crazy eyes. That broke my heart.
Oh, God.
Subscribe to our subscribe to our Patreon. Lilith Hellfire is living off my tears and pain. So yeah, please subscribe to the Patreon. Making me.
We're doing Superman 3 versus Superman 4.
Oh, we did the worst superhero. We're doing the worst superhero movies all year, Rob. Yeah, we just did Batman Forever versus Batman and Robin, and yes, two that are close to these two hearts, Superman 3 and Superman 4. We're going to do at the end of June. So
it's basically the best Superman film versus the worst Superman.
I agree.
But don't say which is which. They gotta pay.
Okay, so do I need to be on one of these? I'll be on.
You can. Yeah, you're welcome.
What do you want to do?
I don't know.
We gotta get him for Puma Man.
Have you seen
Superman 4?
It's a
yeah, it's terrible.
Okay.
People have it.
Okay. At the end of
3 is terrible. Also,
the only ones we have scheduled Rob, at the end of this month we'll have Superman 3 versus Superman 4, and then in July we're gonna do Catwoman versus Green Lantern. So,
oh God,
he doesn't want to put himself through that.
oh.
What, you want to join us for Well, Will's gonna join us for the Green Lantern one. So, do you want to join us for the Superman one, Will you, Robert?
For the which one?
Superman versus Superman.
I don't know if I have time to get in on another.
I'm so busy.
But we could schedule one out. Does it have to be bad ones?
They're all bad.
Yes.
Yeah, we're finding the worst.
Superhero.
We're finding the worst at the end of the year. Yes.
Okay.
At some point, we will be discussing Puma Man.
Okay.
So, if you have a love of Puma Man, that's your time.
Even Rob doesn't know what that is, so that's saying something.
Let me find a terrible matchup.
Oh God.
And I will pitch it to you.
Okay, because after starting in August, we're going to be doing the ones that aren't Marvel or DC. So if you want to throw some contenders in there,
yeah, let me find a terrible matchup. I would love to be on, and that might be one where I drag a Lil in here because he's going to have a lot to say. And if it's not Marvel, it's just going to be a lot of hate because all he cares about is Marvel.
Oh, Spider-Man.
But I would love to torture him with a bad one.
Like Lilith does with me. Okay.
Barbed wire is a masterpiece, Ray. How dare you?
Really?
Lilith never watches it.
Watch it with the sound on.
I was going to say she doesn't watch it with the sound on.
I can understand that.
That was for my formative years. Leave me alone.
I like Tank Girl. I don't know.
That was random, Charlie. We weren't talking about Tank Girl, but you know what? I like Tank Girl.
I like Tank Girl too. There's evolved.
I like the comic, not the movie.
Well,
welcome to the episode that never ends.
Yeah, we're gonna end this thing. All right. Welcome to the
He's
first
been
hour.
trying to.
Now we're at 1 hour 34 minutes. Phil, take us home.
Oh, okay.
All right, Will. Thank you for listening to the third best Southgate. I think it's the first best Southgate, but as usual,
No.
I'm
Immediately
wrong.
no, Robert.
Yeah, I already know. And we're not extending outside of my house. And if we count cats, I might be fifth best.
We're playing you off stage, Robert.
By this song, Faraway Men won't be long. You can't really hear it on here, but it is an awesome song.
Oh yeah, do it again. Where can you get this song?
Well, you can get it on. You get it in the show notes. How's that?
Yes.
Patrik Tanner and the Faraway Men won't be long. The first line, I was stoned alone and wearing your shirt. I mean, come on. That's Mountain Goats level creativity.
The line at the beginning of the episode, which I had to throw in for your show, it's like, let me tell you about something you already know. Good night.
There you go. Thank you, and buy Patrick's album.